Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. I get a lot of EDC items, whether I'm buying them myself or they're sent to me or whatever the case may be. And some of them are unique, some of them are different, unusual, or just quirky and don't make a lot of sense. So these are the items that maybe they got a review this year, maybe they did not. I'm going to call this the EDC leftovers. And some of the ones that kind of stuck out to me, so check out my EDC leftovers for 2023. Hashtag bars. All right, so first of all, these are unique items for myself. You may have heard of them before. They may have been out for years. You may say, X, what are you talking about? Pound sand. Okay, I'm just saying I thought some of this stuff was cool. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you have it. Maybe you own the stuff already. And I'm not doing anything unique, but we'll just dive into it. So first off, this is not scripted. And some of those items I used, some of it I just checked out briefly, but this is called the Allette Wallet. Now and if I'm mispronouncing it, pound sand as well, I did check this out quite a bit. They reached out to me, they wanted to send me some of their wallet solutions. The thing that I liked about this is that it seems to be, first off, they're making these in America, they're making them in the USA, very minimalistic packaging and all that type of stuff. Even their micro pen is pretty unique. And you say, X, this is just a wallet. Like what can be very unique about this overall? But the thing that makes it special is, let's just open this one up to kind of show you what it looks like. I might even give these away. So here's the one. This is the leather version, and I don't know what the hell this one's made of, but it looks freaking awesome. This green color is kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie to you. But what makes these unique, and then their pens, this is their micro pens, come in this little wood container. And then once you get into the container, you get this super awesome small pen. And you just refill this bad boy. But this is what makes these so unique. Literally, the wallets themselves are designed to house their little micro pen on either side of the wallet. And if you want to buy your own little, this is a write in the rain notepad, but it's specifically designed to go into a wallet. So this is a wallet size write in the rain notepad. You can put this right where your cards would go. Now, all in one solution, you have a pen and pad at the ready to go, and it fits nice and neatly. And that's pretty unique. There's not a lot of other companies that are literally putting an EDC pen right into the area for your wallet. A couple of complaints I did have about it. I carried this significantly for a couple of weeks. You see, it started to get indentations from my card, and I wasn't a huge fan of how this thing ended up looking after just a couple of weeks with the little dirt splotches. And then, other than the fact that you can carry the pen and a pad in here, there is just nothing unique about this at all. So if you're the type of person that must have a pen on you at all times, you want something that's made in America with, I guess, sustainable materials and minimalistic stuff, and even the packaging is pretty cool. The way the pen comes is pretty cool. This wallet looks extremely unique. So, we'll give this one away, man. So we'll give this pen away, and we'll give a wallet away. I'm not going to give the one away that I use because that's just weird. But we'll give this one away. So comment wallet down below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram. I'll pick somebody in 5 days. So just comment wallet down below. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Follow me on Instagram. I'll do a random comment picker, and we'll give these 2 items away. Now, the next item, I did a review over it because I did think it was pretty unique overall. I don't normally do reviews on flashlights, but the Wuben X3 kind of grabbed my attention. It really caught me off guard. Now, the thing that I liked about it, I do have other flashlights that go from 0 to 90 degrees or even past that, 45 degrees, etc., etc. This one does it in a different way because it is a 180-degree swiveling head right here, which will take it from one direction to the other direction. It does have a nice OLED screen on the top. But what I really liked about this is that you can charge this with Q wireless charging. This is I think, my only flashlight which uses Q wireless charging. And once it starts to charge, it lights up in blue and lets you know that it's beginning to charge. And I mean, that's pretty unique. And I know USB Type C is pretty good to go for a lot of these. And it has its own case. You can use it as an actual lantern and all that good stuff. But this is the big feature for me, literally, was the charging capabilities. Let me show you the case. I have the case as well. I did a review talking about this. And once you put this flashlight back in its case, then it will continue to charge because the case itself is able to keep it charging. You see it lights up in blue, lets you know that it's charging. And also the top of it will actually illuminate and let you know that it's charging as well. But what I like about this is while it's in the actual case, you can turn it on and it becomes like a diffusion. So if you want to, you can hang this from a tree or something like that and use this at a campsite. This thing all in one. It's a battery bank, so you can charge other devices with this bad boy. Got my little charger here. I can plug this up right here, and then I could take my phone and plug it up, and literally it says charging at the very bottom. So it lets me know that this is charging. All right. So the next one is an actual storage solution, which, storage is storage, but this is some unique storage because whenever you're on the go, on the fly, you have these little see-through cases by BRS or Vault Company. They have these little hook and loop accessories that are see-through that you can stick on anything with a loop panel on the back. So I have new Nutsack's newest premium EDC pouch. They call this the morale pouch because it does have some loop handling on the front. But if I take this off, you can now stick any little accessories right on the outside of the pouch or the bag or whatever the case may be. But what I really use these for quite a bit is to be able to throw storage anywhere I need it. If I'm going from a sling bag to a regular EDC bag to another sling bag or to whatever, you can put the stuff that you use a lot in one specific these little storage units and just move it from place to place, move it from item to item. I can throw them and make sure I don't forget anything. They're relatively affordable. You can buy them accessory packs. I'll link anything up down below. Now, this next one, I literally tested this thing out 2 times. This is called the infrared system. This is the Thermal Eye Razor Sharp. This is literally a infrared system for, you can either get it for the iPhone or you can get it for Android. Let me show you. So you can take this bad boy and you can hook it into your iPhone. Once you hook it into your iPhone, you open up the actual app on this bad boy, and it helps you to see heat signatures and like wood lines and stuff like that. And so for me, I use this quite a bit when I actually went hunting. Now, I did have a few quirky things that happened to it. Like you can see me right here, I'm talking and it's showing me lighting up on the camera. So it's kind of a freaky thing, but it works pretty good. When I was actually hunting and I wanted to be able to see if I saw any specific animals in a tree line or a brush line, this does work for being able to see those signatures. They did, full disclosure, they sent this out to me. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. And I like the fact you can take pictures with it. You can also take video with it. You can transmit those. You can use AirDrop and send that video instantly to your phone. If you're the type of person that's always needed to, if you hunt, if you fish, if you want to see heat signatures off into the distance, this might be a good EDC item for you. Even for me, even here in the suburbs, I was able to use it. I thought I saw a possum literally go into the backyard of my house, threw this onto my phone, shined it in my backyard, and yes, discovered where the possum was exactly in the backyard. So you can even use it to see if you have any critters or anything like that that you need to scare out. The next one here is hot swapping of a knife. Now, I know for a fact that this has been talked about by plenty of people in the past, and I just don't care because this is new for me. First off, this is the TRM Atom 3 Rivers Manufacturing. I like this knife, fantastic, fun to use, has carbon fiber scales that I have on it right now, 20 CV for the blade steel, and it does have a stonewash blade. It's a great knife, liner lock, all that good stuff. But what's unique about it is how fast you can change the scales out. And the thing is, so they sent this knife out to me, and they sent it out to me with some nice micarta, some nice gray micarta scales. So it's super easy to swap these things out. And I'm using Hoto's precision screwdriver set as well, just in case you guys are wondering what I'm using. I'll link this up down below. But within seconds, you can take off the scales, and you have a couple of options when you take these off. You can actually run these naked and just leave the stainless steel as is, which actually looks pretty cool. Or you can swap the scales out. Now, I know you guys are going to comment down below. Let me know what other companies are making very fast swappable scales like this. This is making life so much easier where you're not having to take off anything and jacking up. You know, you're not putting stuff on the pivots back on correctly. You're jacking things up. You forgot to do this. You forgot to do that. This makes it pleasurable to buy extra scales and actually swap them out on your knife. One thing I would say also, which is super smart by TRM, is because they made this hot swappable feature. Yeah, other companies are going to come and make scales that are going to be available to be able to switch on their knives. Look how freaking awesome this thing looks. I even like the way this looks naked, but carbon fiber is getting a little bit boring to me. And I like the fact that you can kind of get away from the carbon fiber. I can get back to the sexy look in my Micarta or G10, or, you know, if you want some titanium, if you're about that life, you can find that as well. Or if you find a different type of carbon fiber, maybe it's marbled. But now I can come through and just quickly swap this out. I can't do this fast with basically any of my other knives without having to deal with pivot screws or deal with accidentally taking it apart too much. But just like that, I could swap out the actual scales of my knife and I can just have that unique feature. So it's an EDC item that I think is unique because it's paving the way for making it so that you can really do, like, you know, repairability is a big thing in the industries right now. This is not a repairability type of thing, but they're getting there to the point where it makes you want to be able to change out, maybe just have and own only one knife because you're going to be able to swap it out as you see fit versus having to wait around and take it apart, and it's a whole headache. And I normally wouldn't want to do those swaps just because of how long it takes. All right, so this next one is pretty quirky. These are some hands-free flashlights that were sent to me by Sampley. Never heard of them before. But so I actually opened these bad boys up, tested them out, and they are a little bit weird. So you take these off. You actually have to put them around your wrist. We'll put them on my right wrist because I'm wearing a watch. And there's some things about it I can immediately see are going to be some issues, but I do see where they're trying to go with this. So you put it on your index, you put one on your thumb, and you actuate it by tapping on this little wrist part right here. And that's how you turn. I think they only have 2 different modes. They don't get that bright. But now if you're trying to work on something hands-free, then they go pretty easily. They're 100% rotatable, so 360-degree rotation. But here's the thing. First off, yeah, you're hands-free now with flashlights, but I guess what's the point of being hands-free? Because if I'm working on something and I got this turned on and I'm trying to work on the fixing, imagine I'm trying to fix this knife I was just working on, and I guess maybe the light would be helpful. But also, even these connections that they have right here, this Velcro is already starting to come off. I don't know how you see that, like literally the little pasting on there is already starting to come off. How long is he going to last? Probably not very long. Are these pretty unique looking? Yeah, they are. Could you take these into like a raver or a dance fest or something like that? Possibly. And another thing is they charge with a proprietary charger, which is not going to fly. If you're going to have something like this, you got to make these things charge with USB type C, because you have to use this actual charger on these little prongs back here. And that's like going to be a damn near a miss to always try to remember this specific cord and not lose it. It's a headache and a half. This next one here is nothing crazy, but I've used this more often than I thought I would. I've talked about this on some deals that I found on the internets. This is the Gerber. I think they call it the Devour, but this is just a Spork. Okay, it's a glorified Spork type tool with a little digging edge on the side, a cutting edge, not really sharp, but it's a digging edge and it's a spork itself. But what makes this unique is that on the very back of the spork itself, it has a multi-tool. Now, I've honestly have probably only used this multi-tool as a bottle opener because when I used this, I was helping a buddy move. We threw back some suds. We wanted to eat. He didn't have his utensils already. I already had my stuff good to go. This is what I use this for. This lives in my truck. And if I go help somebody move or if we go help somebody do something and they're not done unpacking, my mother-in-law, she moved from one house to another in the city of Austin. I went down there to help her, wanted to eat some food with one of my sons. We were there by ourselves. We ordered DoorDash. DoorDash didn't bring us utensils. We shared this between me and my son. You could do stuff like that. But it actually has like a little kickstand feature if you leave the multi-tool attached, which means the actual spork itself is elevated and not touching the surface, which I like. If you want to take off the actual multi-tool, you can use it. It has functionality, slide a screwdriver and a bottle opener, nail puller. This all this stuff doesn't really function as great as you think it would. I guess you could use it if you want to. Big thing on this is the bottle opener and just being able to use the kickstand. I'm a big fan of this. Costs less than 20 bucks. I use it all the time. And then if you want it to lay flat, just simply turn the multi-tool around and now it will lay flat on a surface. But I like to keep it so that it does stay in kickstand mode. Now, this last one is from an entire company. And so Daily Carry Co. reached out to me. They wanted to send me some products. And it's only a couple of them that I thought were really super unique. We're going to give away some of these because I don't need all this stuff. All right. But the thing I wanted to look at when it came to Daily Carry Co. is all their different versions of their slides. So they sent me a couple of versions of their slides, their mini slides. And some of these are very unique. They seem a little dangerous, but they all have their own talking points. So nice little unique looking boxes or whatnot. Let's look at the regular size slide real quick. So when you get this bad boy out, you see it's in here. These just kind of made me nerve wracking for even wanting to carry these. But as you pull them apart, you can see it here. You pull it apart, it exposes the blade and slides down. And then once you have it out, you can use it and all that good stuff. Slide back in. So that's super unique. But we're probably going to give these away, maybe keep one of them because as much as I think that's pretty cool and it's pretty fun to play with, I mean, it's made of titanium and it has M390 blade steel, even though the grind is kind of suspect. I don't know how functional and slicey that's going to be with that compound looking grind. I don't even know if I can call it compound, whatever it is. It is very, very thick and it's satisfying to play with. Sounds really good. But they even sent the mini one as well, which does the exact same thing. So the mini slide coming through. I actually like the mini one. It's nice and small and petite and still gets that unique feature and all that good stuff. And then they have finally the actual mag blade, which is probably if you hand this to somebody and they have no clue how to use it, it's kind of dangerous all by itself. It's being held by magnets, comes out and fully exposes itself for use. So, just be careful when using these things because yeah, it can definitely get you if you don't know how to work these things. Last thing I want to talk about, it's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks. They sent this. This is from O Knife, a sister company of Olight. You guys have heard of them before, and I have some comments about the Olight arc fail that we'll do in a separate video because I think a lot of people have that wrong in some aspects, but we'll talk about that. But this is the O Knife titanium pen. O Knife, if this thing is not fully out yet, my bad. Okay. I thought it was super unique. I put it back in the packaging just to show what you guys what it looks like, but I have been using this and it's a very unique pen. First off, it's a titanium pen. I'm assuming it's titanium alloy, maybe not 100% titanium. It looks pretty decent. I mean, it's just another titanium pen. Tons of companies are doing it. But one thing that's unique about it is it does have like this side functionality to function the pen. So you push down here to get the bolt to come out, for the pen to come out, and then to bring the pen back in, you just push right here and the pen goes back in. But the top of it is a fidget. which I don't really fidget stuff, but you can just, I don't know if you can hear that, but the entire top of the pen has like this infinity fidget top. So when you spin it, it will just go and go and go for a very long time until you stop it. I think that's unique. That's going to be something if you have autism, if you have some type of anxiety, if you're just the type of person that likes to fidget a lot, if you need something to do with your hands, you're trying to quit smoking or something like that. Having those type of small fidget features in there, I think are pretty awesome. Comment down below what was some of your unique EDC items for the year. This was stuff that I need to check out next year. I would love to know with your comments down below. If this is your first time stopping by, hit that subscribe button, join the battalion. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for stopping by, watching me run my grave. For everyone else, we'll speak soon.